And now, ladies and gentlemen, this fight will be contested 3 by 5 minute rounds in the bantamweight division, proudly brought to you by luckiest.com. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, trained by Eugene Behrman out of City Kickboxing. He officially weighed in at 60.6 kilograms. He has a professional record of 2 wins, 2 losses. Fighting out of Auckland, New Zealand, ladies and gentlemen, give a warm Aussie welcome to Nikora Lee Kingi! And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, trained by Ryan Dunstead out of the Dunstead Death Squad at Ignite MMA. Official weight of 61.7 kilograms. He's had 4 professional fights, 1 win. Fighting out of Sunshine Coast, Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Jean Alexander! When the action begins, your referee in charge, Claire Fryer.
Fight number 12 brought to you by luckiest.com. Try your luck online today. Head to luckiest.com to play the latest online casino games. Jean Alexander in the red, Nikora Lee Kingi in the blue. And immediately you can just see the poise between these boys. That rhymed, not intended. Going up high is Nikora Lee Kingi, and just a little bit more variety in the striking game. Kingi, immediately you can tell he knows the range and he knows exactly how to cut a man off. He's not following. You can tell that he respects the power of Alexander as well. Staying sort of on the peripheral, chipping away, probing if you will. Not too much for Alexander to bite onto. Oh, and he finds himself getting a little bit too close and eats one.
Definitely looking like Jean is waiting for his moment to let that monster punch go.
Yeah, it's kind of evident, isn't it?
As we saw with Lee Kingi's teammate, Nick Thornton, Jean has that power to end the fight at any second.
And you can tell that Lee Kingi's really put in the hard yards to fight a guy that's just got knockout power. He's sitting on the outside. Oh, man! Speaking of knockout power, drops him. Puts Alexander on his butt and starts turning it on. Oh, look at the skill in that clinch. He knew to go to the elbow after setting up the knee. Knee lifts the head up, elbow comes over the top.
Yeah, just absolutely vicious in the clinch. Had no hesitation at all from Lee Kingi. Saw his moment. Look to finish it straight away.
Well, Alexander puts a couple together. He's definitely a guy you don't want walking you down and putting you on the cage.
Yeah.
Oh, it looked like Jean Alexander ate that one. Did not react well at all. Yeah, and there's the takedown. That's usually a big sign that we ate a punch only moments earlier.
Yeah, absolutely, Jake. And I would say Jean Alexander definitely looks a lot more confident when he controls the center of the cage. Was taking a lot of damage on the outside with Lee Kingi walking him down.
Let's see if we can be privy to any of these grappling upgrades that Lee Kingi was talking about. I've been fortunate enough to grapple at City Kickboxing, and the level is just absolutely ridiculous. Not just the level, the depth. You go to a grappling class, it's like a whole different, it's a different gym within the gym. There's just so much depth in there, so many different kinds of bodies. Lee Kingi fortunate enough to be able to grapple in there, but right now, he's not able to showcase too much, especially when he's just jammed against the cage. And guard doesn't really help you in an MMA context.
Yeah, Lee Kingi was trying to thread his feet inside the legs of Jean Alexander. You can see him trying it again for a moment there with his right leg. I'm not really sure what he's trying to do with that. Generally not something you're going to try and do unless you're in a half guard. But maybe the man knows something that I don't.
Alexander's control is fantastic. I like how he's grabbing at the head and really just keeping the posture broken, smothering the hips of Lee Kingi. Immediately, he just really knows how to contain the situation.
Yeah, Lee Kingi seems to be constantly going back to that sort of leg hooking, grapevining type thing. I'm not sure what he's trying to do there, and I don't think it's a great idea. It's going to keep him pinned.
Yeah, because as soon as he sort of gets it, his back is flat to the mat, and Jean Alexander just doubles down.
Yeah, it is the fundamental problem of just having another human in between your legs. Is your legs are shelved up against theirs. Lee Kingi playing with a butterfly hook on the right side. I'd say that's a better idea. At least you can off balance and have a chance to try and stand back up a bit easier. Looks to me like Jean's trying to step over the legs of Lee Kingi. It's obviously going to make it extremely difficult for him to stand back up.
Jean Alexander finding himself in mount. Enough time to do some serious damage right in front of the commentary booth. He's got that half Nelson. It looks like a few of those shots might have been to the back of the head.
No, it's not done. No. Out. It's not this time.
No, Claire Fryer called time.
Lose position, okay? No more
That's
shots to the back of
absolutely
the
what
head.
happened. This is not the end of the
Ready?
round.
Time on.
Time on. End of round
There's
one.
the end of the round. It sounds judicious, but I really like that Claire Fryer stuck to her guns there. That's what happened. She wanted to call time. She didn't like what was happening in the situation. She needed to call time. Next gen construction replay, we might be able to get a little bit of what sent Jean Alexander down to the mat. Yeah, and there it was. He dipped to the left, sent that left hook up, the old Mike Tyson special. And it wasn't too far after that. Oh, another big shot. He turned Jean Alexander into a wrestler. Second of our pro fights. Already proving to turn it on. Now that we sort of know that Jean Alexander doesn't want to stand, I wonder what the city kickboxing tactics for a wrestler are going to be, because you know that they're prepared for this maybe hundreds of times.
Ready.
Round two.
Lee Kingi saying it's all good about the elbows in the previous round. Straight back to kickboxing. Oh, nice. And that's on the liver side as well. That hurts. Water in the basement, as Teddy Atlas says. Lee Kingi just so measured. Exactly what we were saying before. He cuts him off. He's not following him. And in doing so, as the striker, you're making the guy make his move. Show your hand. Oh! And Alexander shows him his hand. Hard to tell if that was a slip or a knockdown. Oh, and he goes down low, gets very, very deep on the hips. Lee Kingi finds himself sprawling almost.
Yeah, great shot by Jean Alexander. I was just about to say, when you're looking to defend a guy's shot, you know he's going to shoot. When your back is up against the cage, it's a lot harder to stop, which I think was why Lee Kingi is a little bit more able to let go when he controls the center of the cage, but as soon as Jean backs him up, Jean knows that's his chance to shoot. Although, to be fair, Jean just took a shot completely in the center of the cage and managed to put Lee Kingi down onto his butt.
Oh, and he rolls, manages to maintain a somewhat dominant position. Looking to take the back. Shades of the Parker loss for Lee Kingi if he can get his back.
And Jean starting to lock up the attempted body triangle there. Lee Kingi's flicking the hook out. Looks like he's going to find himself on top, which I'm sure he'll be very happy about.
Yep, he got the elbow out past the midline and ends up on top. Lee Kingi chooses to let him up. Big forearm guard, I really like that. It's one thing to transition from the striking arts into MMA, but a lot of guys still, they kind of block like they've got the big gloves. Lee Kingi just showing that he's evolved. He's more than ready to take this guy on, especially in the 4-ounce gloves. Jean Alexander, apart from just then, he's almost content to let Lee Kingi go first, which can be dangerous. You can let the fight get away from you. Again, Lee Kingi just being able to get off a triplet of leg kicks. Oh, looked like it went through the forearms. Oh, absolute aggression. And that's the thing, when you really, really want to make the most of your shots, you commit so hard, you're just launching your hips around, and they're just bare, just out in the wind. And Jean Alexander able to shoot, but not make too much of it.
Yeah, well done by Lee Kingi to stuff this one. I think Jean should be trying to cut an angle and step over a leg of Lee Kingi as soon as possible. Jean's kind of just carrying Lee Kingi's entire body weight on the back of his head and shoulders.
Lee Kingi just straight back into it. I like that. Even that rear kick, it's hard to tell if it's a knee or if it's a push. And a short guy who might be looking to go downstairs, it can still give him recompense. Touching is Lee Kingi. A little bit too committal, to be honest. Oh, beautiful. I love that body head. Jean Alexander, eyes wide, looking for any opportunity to fire that insane power.
Yeah, it sounded to me like Lee Kingi's corner was shouting out he's going to shoot.
Oh, kick to the head. Lee Kingi immediately drops down to a knee and apologizes. That is a huge kick to the head on a downed opponent. Jean Alexander's nose is destroyed. In the heat of the moment, Lee Kingi just letting a massive kick go, and it's destroyed the nose of Jean Alexander.
Yeah, very unfortunate, but clearly wasn't intentional.
It was part of the combo almost. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it was. It's a little bit late for me to defend it personally.
You know, when I watched the replay, I think you're right, Jake.
Yeah, I thought it was originally part of the combo, but there was a beat there where as he was going down, he threw the kick. Jean Alexander just not looking pleased at all. He wants to fight on.
Yeah, having said that, sometimes you surprise yourself.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's bad news.
Stop. Mate, no. Stay over there for me.
Claire Fryer doing what she needs to do. She didn't make the call. It's a doctor's stoppage by the looks of it. And it came from an illegal blow. So we'll look for the determination, whether it's a DQ or it's a no contest.
All right.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
Score the round. Score the round.
Claire Fryer asking the judges to score the round. It looks like we are going to go to the judges. I'm kind of happy with that.
We're over halfway.
It's going to make it interesting
so
because we've only come thus far in the fight.
We're over halfway through the fight, so it gets scored.
A very, very
so
unfortunate ending to the fight, no matter what happens, Jaden.
Yeah, such a tricky one. I mean, how often do you see a fight where a guy drops a dude and surprises himself and it takes him a second to jump on the guy, you know? I'd say Lee Kingi obviously didn't intend to kick Jean Alexander in the face while he was grounded, but sometimes the kick's already gone. You've already planted in your head and it just goes. You didn't realize the guy was going to get dropped from your right hand. And
I'm sorry.
what happens, happens.
I can't. We run it back.
Lee Kingi looking very, very upset. Maybe we aren't going to the judges. We can sit here and speculate all we want, but to your point, it's very, very hard when you spend weeks, let alone years, preparing for fights. You come into this fight, you're trying to make yourself, all right, I have to be on, I have to fight, I have to be aggressive, I have to be locked in. And then in a split moment, you have to turn that off. It does get difficult. And Lee Kingi obviously being very upset. Jean Alexander very much the same. If these boys could fight on, they absolutely would. But it looks like this one is out of their hands. Officials by the cage. Yet again, a bit of controversy. We're waiting for the official ruling.
Yeah, both boys very good sports about it, though. Both men absorbing some legal blows this bout, but no one seems to really have a problem with it.
Yeah, there's more aggression outside the ring right now, between the corners, talking to the officiators. Next gen replay, a lot of this action. It was just absolutely adrenaline pumping. Jean Alexander so game, punching his way into shots. Lee Kingi. I'm so excited for the future for this guy, and it's just very, very unfortunate this is the way that these things turn out sometimes, and we go back to it. He was incredibly grounded. As we're looking at the ashes of what was an absolute firefight.
All right, fighters to center, please.
We kick it to Cody Maverick in the cage.
Hey, I just literally...
Unfortunately, this fight has been declared a DQ for Nikora due to a illegal foul that caused the doctor stoppage. So your winner, Jean Alexander.